Good morning, Hoosiers, and welcome to Times News 24/7, brought to you by the Noblesville Times Online in living color from the Times studio. I'm Stu Clampett with your top headlines for Wednesday, March 9th, 2011. In our top story today, are you a better bracketologist than ESPN's Joe Lunardi? Do you think you know which 68 teams should comprise the 2011 men's basketball tournament? If so, your hoops knowledge could land you cool prizes and bragging rights in the Times 2011 Bracket Madness Contest. Online at thetimes24-7.com is a link on the right-hand side of the website with the Times 2011 Bracket Madness Contest. Once you click on that link, visitors should click on the bouncing ball to download your printable NCAA bracket. Fill out where you think teams will be seated and mail your bracket to the Times at 641 Westfield Road in Noblesville, 46060. Mark the envelope Attention March Madness Bracket. Brackets must be postmarked no later than Saturday, March 12th. This is your chance to show how much you know about the NCAA college basketball scene. The person with the most correct selections won a gift package. In the event of a tie, the person with the most predicted number one seeds will win. There will also be gifts for second place. A Noblesville family will be named members of the 2011 Red Cross Hall of Fame during a ceremony in Indianapolis almost a year to the day after their heroic actions. Randy Joyce and Aubrey Peters will be recognized for their efforts to save two girls who had fallen into an ice-covered Morse reservoir on March 10, 2010. There were purses aplenty to bid on Tuesday night at the Carmel Tri-Kappa Mardi Gras Madness Purse Auction benefiting Prevail. The event was a big success. And here we see a few scenes from that evening. Humane Society for Hamilton County at 1721 Pleasant Street in Noblesville now has help in protecting dogs against canine influenza virus, CIV, a highly contagious disease that spreads easily from dog to dog, especially those in close proximity. The shelter received a grant for vaccines as part of the PetFinder.com Foundation program to build community immunity against this respiratory infection. The foundation partnered with Intervet Sharing Plow Animal Health, a global animal health company and makers of the Novavax canine flu H3N8 vaccine, in order to fund the grant. Tickets are still available for the third annual Wine, Wags, and Whiskers fundraiser for the Humane Society of Hamilton County, taking place from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. Friday at the mansion at Oak Hill, 5801 East 106th Street in Carmel. The event is one of the Society's big fundraisers to help sustain and support work throughout the year. Tickets may be purchased at hamiltonhumane.com or at the shelter. They're $55 per person in advance, $65 the day of the event, and attendees must be at least 21 years of age to attend. Law enforcement authorities busted a mobile methamphetamine lab in Carmel Monday. Carmel police officers were called to the 800 block of Mohawk Hills Drive on a narcotics complaint. When the officers arrived, they observed methamphetamine precursors inside a vehicle at the apartment complex, and police arrested the vehicle's owner, Brian Johnson, 32, of Rochester. Johnson was charged with one count of manufacturing methamphetamine, a Class A felony, as well as two Class D felonies. Officials said more charges and arrests are expected as a result of this investigation. Anyone wishing to report drug activity is invited to call the drug hotline, 317-571-2545. Callers may remain anonymous. Sports and local weather with Paul Poteet in Studio B are both up next.
The heat is on. The Times and several Hamilton County businesses are helping local residents afford utility costs with our new The Heat is On promotion. The heat is on. The Times will pay up to $200 for one utility bill submitted by promotion winners. One day each week in February, the Times will publish a promotion page and entry form for The Heat is On. Entrants must be 18 years of age or older to win, and only one entry per person per week is allowed. Keep your eyes on the Times because the heat is on. The heat is
on. I'm meteorologist Paul Poteet in Studio B with another update on the weather for you from Times News 24/7. Well, it probably didn't wake you up overnight, but we had some pretty decent rainfall. The amounts will probably end up being around 3/4 of an inch, in some places around an inch. Now, there was some heavier rainfall overnight. That was confined to southern Indiana. Doppler radar estimates show a swath from around Vincennes to near Seymour, where the rainfall totals were closer to about 2 inches there, and they've had some flash flood warnings out in those locations. We'll see periods of rain today. It's not going to be an all-day constant rain anymore, but the threat of showers is there until later on tonight, and then maybe some snow showers blowing around, enough to dust some grassy surfaces tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to look like and feel like winter again all of a sudden before we recover a little bit on Friday. Basic setup for today, well, you've got low pressure, and we'll show you the weather map here, and you can see it back to the northwest of us. That will continue marching to the northeast and eventually drag that cold front through sometime later this afternoon and into tonight, opening the door for that cooler air. There's some flash flooding and possibly some rough weather today that's possible from anywhere around Pennsylvania down through West Virginia and Virginia, the eastern parts of Kentucky and Tennessee, all the way toward New Orleans, where they had a wet, fat Tuesday night. Severe weather today, be confined to the Gulf Coast, anywhere Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, maybe southern Georgia. Now, notice to the northwest of that area of low pressure, you see snow indicated. Some of that could swing through here, and again, late tonight and into tomorrow, it's possible that we could see a dusting of snow on some grassy surfaces as you start your Thursday morning. But heavy snow, accumulating snow, looks like it's going to be confined to the UP of Michigan, the upper part of lower Michigan today also. Well, when are we going to get out of this near normal to below normal temperature pattern? Looks like next week, especially the second half of next week, as the 6 to 10 day outlook shows temperatures above average all over this part of the country. So that's a little bit of good news to hang on to. The precipitation is going to be above average too, so it'll be interesting to see if we end up with a couple of outbreaks of severe weather or just maybe a lot of rain events, hopefully, through this period. That'll be roughly the period of time that next week would cover. As you see, temperatures above average and precipitation, both above average by a long shot here in central Indiana and much of this part of the country. Something to hang on to. A 7-day forecast that's courtesy of WTHR. The forecast high today right around 53 degrees, and there will be periods of rain, although I think the heaviest rain is over with. 34 will be the low temp for tonight. And then tomorrow in Indianapolis, up around 40. That's possible. Here in Hamilton County, I think your high will be about 37 degrees cold tomorrow. And again, those snow showers could be blowing around in the morning. Looking ahead to Friday, 50 is possible in Indianapolis. Hamilton County high of about 44 degrees. Friday looks nice. Plenty of sunshine. Then a slight chance of showers late Friday night going into Saturday. Saturday's high in Hamilton County, Noblesville, 47. In Indianapolis, closer to about 50 degrees. Then the mid-40s will be waiting for us along with dry air on Sunday. So some of the worst weather is going to be happening today and tomorrow as far as precipitation, and tomorrow with the cooler temperatures. Then not so bad as we head into the upcoming weekend. You can double check that radar anytime. There's interactive radar. Click and drag the map anywhere you want to. Take a look at real-time warnings when you go to paulpoteet.com. And of course, for local news, weather, sports information, you're at the right place already. And stay tuned for more from Times News 24/7.
The heat is on. The Times and several Hamilton County businesses are helping local residents afford utility costs with our new The Heat is On promotion. The Times will pay up to $200 for one utility bill submitted by promotion winners. One day each week in February, the Times will publish a promotion page and entry form for The Heat is On. Entrants must be 18 years of age or older to win, and only one entry per person per week is allowed. Keep your eyes on the Times because the heat is on.
Hamilton Southeastern boys track and field team and the Noblesville-sponsored Hoosier State Relays qualifier at Anderson University put out a sign to beware of the Royals this spring. Southeastern qualified 9 individuals and 2 relay teams for the Hoosier State Relays on March 19th at Purdue University. The girls are not to be left behind in this year's track and field. Female athletes from Noblesville, Hamilton Southeastern, Carmel, Fishers, and Westfield competed for qualifying performances for the Indiana State Relays while participating in the 5A, 4A action in the Noblesville qualifier at Anderson University. Hamilton Heights competed for the 1A, 3A qualification sports. Hamilton qualified athletes in 3 of 4 events. Although he was enjoying his job as a defensive coordinator for the Wabash College football team, Jake Gilbert wanted to be head coach again. He will get that opportunity this fall at the school where he wanted to coach the most. He said, quote, "I applied at one high school and this was it." Gilbert is now the head football coach for Westfield High School. He was formally hired by the Westfield Washington School Board at its Tuesday night meeting. That's your local news for Wednesday. For more information on these and other stories, visit our homepage or pick up a print copy of the Noblesville Times. For Times News 24/7, I'm Stu Clampett.